Why you are sexier and more attractive than you think. My husband String asked me this question. Don't women know that they're already attractive to men? That they're already attractive by default? And I said, no, not really. And it's really interesting to think about how crazy is that? How crazy is that we women constantly question our worth? We look into the mirror, and statistically actually women look into the mirror and what they see is they default 40% into the negative. While men look in the mirror, he has a bit of belly, he tucks it in, he's like, oh yeah, I still got it. And then he goes and he dates, or he goes for that promotion or whatever. Women don't do that. So how crazy is that? And I want you to hear this from me, that as a woman, you're already by default attractive. You are already by default sexy. They cannot help themselves, by them I mean men. Men cannot help themselves but be attractive to the feminine. This is really personal, but I'm going to share this with you anyways. The other day I was talking to my husband about, what is it that attracts men to a woman's ass, for example, or to a woman's pussy? What is it about? I was trying to understand, what is it about it? What is it about it? Because to me, when I look at it, and obviously I'm not attracted to women, although I can appreciate their feminine form, to me, I don't get it. What's it? I kind of do, but not really. And he looked at me and he blanked, he can't explain it. All he says it was evolution, biology, right? So know this, that by default, as a woman, you are attracted to men, period. Now, here's the question of some women are really good at bringing this attractiveness forward, bringing this sexiness forward. So let's talk about that. How can you do that? Because number one, period, you're attractive. And you're attractive because there's so many different feminine unique flavors out there. So, I've studied men for quite a few years, and I've interviewed them and I read about them, and I was under microscope trying to figure out, what do men want? What do they want in a woman? And I've read a lot of books and did a lot of research and things like that. And I was able to embody the masculine to the point where I know what men want when they come into a bar and how they would approach women. And I can tell you that here's how men think, and here's how men approach, and here's how attraction works. When he walks into a bar, or let's say he's at a party or whatever, right? There's constantly women around. If he's single and the moment is appropriate, he's gonna approach, because the men are wired to approach and be attracted to women. Hear this from me again. And you and women are wired to be attracted to men. This dynamic always works, and it's always ever present. You every single minute and second, a millisecond of your life, or of life in general, men and women are attracted to each other. Because if we weren't, then we would die as a species, right? When a man enters into a bar or sits there for a moment, he just scans the environment. And he just looks at the environment, and imagine him seeing this variety of feminine flavors. So for example, one woman might be a little bit curvy with long brown hair, right? And she's short. The other woman is blonde and tall and really skinny. The other, they wear all different, they're all different shapes. They have different hair, they wear different makeup, they all smell differently, they wear different jewelry, they behave, they move differently. So for a man, it's holy shit, there's so much variety of feminine attractiveness and sexiness. So what am I gonna go for, right? It's when you go and shop for shoes as a woman, when you go to an amazing store, imagine if you're and you want everything, and you want to touch this and textures and shoes, and when you're shopping for shoes, or when you're shopping for, it's the same thing. So how do you attract the right men? And how do you actually present yourself and be more sexy? Because you want more of it, right? Every woman is inherently attractive, period. Every woman is beautiful, period. You are a diamond that might be in the rough. Your job is to polish that roughness and bring the most attractive quality that you have as a woman, bring it out. And so how you do that is by rediscovering or continuing to discover your own feminine flavor. What is that flavor? Because every single woman has a unique feminine flavor, and your job as a woman is not to mold yourself into some Instagram model or whatever. In fact, what I'd recommend is actually unfollowing everyone on your socials that you compare yourself to. I did this a long time ago, especially during this process of rediscovering who you are. It's very important to not be constantly bombarded with, I don't know, Kate Moss and all of these models and these lifestyles, because I mean, I feel the same way. I open Instagram and it doesn't make me feel good. It makes me feel less than. It makes me feel like I'm not enough. I'm not skinny enough. My skin is not good enough because I've got acne. My hair is not like whatever, right? So you need to minimize exposure to all of that. That's what social media is designed to do, is to make us feel shit. Until you got to the point where, for example, I'm right now, where it doesn't bother me as much anymore. It still bothers me a little bit, but not as much anymore, because I know who I am, because I know I have stepped fully into my feminine flavor. And I love my style. I love how I look like. I really worked on that. And I found the parts of me. I can tell you right now that every woman has a flaw. You ask Kate Moss, or whatever model there is there, you ask her about her vulnerability, she'll tell you. There's something always physical and internal that women will tell you that she's still not good enough. Everybody's struggling. Like, if you ask me, you know, I don't have weight issues or whatever. I love my hair and everything else, but I've got adult acne, right? So that's my problem. I'm very open about it because I know that every single woman struggles with something. So your job as a woman, how you become more sexier, more attractive to men, is by starting to be more attractive to yourself. It's always internal work. So I invite you to look in the mirror, and I invite you to look into your internal mirror and external mirror and work on finding those attributes or qualities that you really love. Work with your own beauty, because every woman is beautiful, and your job is to find those attributes and to learn how to expose them more, right? So for example, in my case, I know that I have beautiful hair. My rule, this is the rule for you, a tip: do not walk out of the bathroom until you love what you see in the mirror. And you know, this work can be, you can explore makeup, right? You can work with your face and see what is the best type of makeup that makes you feel more attractive to yourself. But the most important thing actually is internal work. It doesn't matter what you put on. It doesn't matter what makeup, hair, or whatever clothes you put on. If you do not feel confident, or that your worth is in place, or you love yourself this is what self-love is. It's not, you know, or being in your feminine or whatever. It's not about burning candles, wearing dress. That helps, but that's just a cherry on the top. All of this is internal work. A woman who deep down inside knows she's the prize, knows she's the queen, and knows that any man would be lucky to be in her company, that's how you're sexy. That's confidence. That confidence is internal. Confidence is not yes, you know, wearing let's say, a bright pink blouse can add confidence, but only if you're already confident inside. So I want you to hear, that's how you become more sexy. The more you discover and explore your unique feminine, like, what do you want? What do you want? And can you allow yourself, in terms of men, let's say, I was having an interview with a client yesterday, and she said that through the process of working on rediscovering herself in my program Claimed, she really started to ask herself, what do I want? And she gave herself permission to want what she wants and not be scared of wanting what she wants. And in this case, it was a high quality value man, because for her, that high quality value man was in a different reality. I was in the same place. Both of us, all of the women who who I work with, well, most of the women, they think that this man who they want does not exist or is somehow not for them. Well, that mentality is because deep down inside, we all felt, or I felt, that I was not worthy of this type of a man. So it's all internal work. The more you work on rediscovering who you are as a woman, rediscovering on that feminine flavor, and really enjoying your own company, and how you know you enjoy your own company is how comfortable are you going to a bar by yourself, sitting down, ordering a drink, and not looking at your phone, or not starting to do something or whatever, listen. Just sit there. Can you sit there for half an hour and allow men to approach? When you're able to do that, and especially when you wear a dress with high heels and then sit down at a bar, this is how you know. And men love to be with women who are confident, who love themselves. This is such a gift that you can give to yourself, first of all, and to the masculine. And if you are curious about how to step more into your feminine, click on this video that will tell you more tips or will give you more knowledge about how to really embody your feminine flavor and step into your feminine. So click on this video and watch it now.